What's up, guys, gals? CJ here, coming to you straight off the couch on the way to work. New episode today is about connection, and specifically in relation to your relationship with your spouse or your significant other. There's all sorts of different types of connection, but that's really what I want to focus on today, because that's what I feel like I've reflected on a lot lately and just feel like I need to talk about. So connection is huge. I would say, aside from communication, if you don't have good communication, healthy communication, and if you cannot keep a good connection with your spouse, it ain't going to work out. And, you know, it might be hard for some people to hear, but that's the truth. So I really want to focus on that connection today, because it's something I've been very introspective about and looked at a lot lately. I've talked to a lot of people, and you know, this is a very big, important factor in everybody's relationships. So with connection goes along with your love languages. For those who aren't familiar, there's 5 love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Each one has importance to them. Now, your spouse can tell you, like, hey, these are my top 2 love languages, and these are really what I need to get that connection and feel loved by you. Sometimes it's more than 2. But it's a good idea to practice all of them, because when you practice all of them and you give something that maybe your spouse doesn't expect you to give, like, say, for instance, my wife, she needs quality time with me and acts of service. You know, those are huge for her. But, you know, every once in a while, just words of affirmation or receiving gifts, she goes crazy about. You know, because it's like, wait, what? You got me something? Like, it's crazy, and it really makes them feel that love. So I'll go over them one by one, just to kind of go in depth and let you know what I think you guys can do to help. But here we go. So words of affirmation, you know, giving praise, compliments, telling somebody you love them. You know, that's a big thing for me, and it's actually one of my top 2 love languages. You know, I need to be told that, hey, I love you. Hey, you're doing a great job. I appreciate everything you're doing for the family, you know, in relationship to my personal situation. So that's huge for me. And that can be huge for a lot of people. So, you know, practice your words of affirmation to your significant other. Acts of service, helping with tasks, doing stuff above and beyond what your spouse normally expects of you, you know. Do more around the house, just like my last episode. Try to step up and do a little bit more stuff that you don't normally do, and that will change the trajectory of your relationship in a positive way. Receiving gifts. Guys, gifts, they don't have to be expensive all the time. Obviously, your anniversaries and stuff like that, you want to make sure you're getting gifts and doing the right thing. But every once in a while, pick some flowers off the side of the road, or go buy some flowers. That is a huge mood changer for a spouse. And it doesn't have to be for a man or for a woman. Just doing something like that in general for your spouse is huge. Next one is quality time. This one, every single person needs quality time with their spouse. Now, some people need a little more time than others with their quality spouse. In my situation in particular, I don't need a whole lot of time with my wife to feel loved, but I need quality short periods of time minimum. Now, her, on the other hand, she requires more quality time, and that's something I have been introspective about and really reflective in trying to make sure that I'm giving her to help grow our connection and keep our connection strong. So quality time is probably one of the biggest, because everybody needs it to thrive. And then the last one is physical touch. You know, so words of affirmation, physical touch, those are my top 2. love languages. May not be for everybody. Everybody's different. But make sure you're doing that physical touch. I know that sometimes you're just annoyed or you don't want that stuff. But really try to focus on giving it when you feel is needed, because physical touch is huge. There's no greater connection physically than physical touch, obviously, but it can do so much for your mental and psyche when you have that physical touch. So guys, connection is huge. It helps you stay out of those stages of just being roommates or getting complacent in your relationship. It really helps keep you involved with your best friend, and that's who you should be with, is your best friend. If you can't work on that connection and have that strong connection and they're not your best friend, you really need to take a hard look at where you're at and what you're doing, because connection, obviously healthy communication, like I stated earlier, if you don't have those two and you're not with your best friend, your relationship can be very tasking and hard to keep up with. So focus on your connection with your significant other and spouse. Make sure that's a priority in your life, and you guys are on a really good path. All right, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.